Welcome to the Select Generation podcast. Today we're joined by a very special guest by the name of Sam Howe. So Sam is from Charlotte area, North Carolina. He was a player that came to one of our very first showcases. I actually played with Sam when you were 15 or 16
Yeah, I think so.
for Mint Hill in the UPSL. I was living in Charlotte, ran into Sam, playing in the same team. 18 months ago, we started Select Generation, sort of talking to coaches, helping with the college process. Sam was a player that wanted to go and play in college, who has recently committed to Division One UNC Asheville. Very exciting. So yeah, enough of my waffling, Sam. I'll let you introduce yourself quickly, bit about yourself, and then yeah, we'll get into the pod.
I'm Sam Howe. I grew up in Charlotte. I've lived in Charlotte my whole entire life. I played for the Charlotte Eagles, USL Academy. We're a Christian ministry organization. Right now, we just finished our MPL season, and now we're about to start our USL Academy season. When I play with Sam, it's like a local UPSL team, and that's how I met Sam. Yeah.
Nice, cool. Um, so Sam, just off the bat, what do you think was the most difficult part of your college process?
I think it was trying to find the right fit for you, like for myself. Like there's many colleges out there and like, oh, I want to go play at like the highest level, but like will that be the best thing for me? Like will I be wanted by them? So I mean like you can go play anywhere, but will you actually play? Will you actually like it? Like do you like the school? Does it have your major? I think finding that was the hardest part of the process. Like do you want to live far from home? Do you want to live close to home? So yeah, I think that was probably the hardest part for me.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then what was the most enjoyable part of your college process?
I think it was going to ID camps. Like I met a lot of cool people. I met a lot of good coaches, built really good relationships. I think I learned a lot and I can pass a lot of knowledge on to other people. So I think that's something I learned.
Yeah, right, good. So yeah, talk to us a bit about your college process. Obviously, we helped you with your video. We were kind of networking for some colleges with you, but ultimately you're in charge of your own recruiting process, right? Like how did you go about the recruiting process? What do you think worked for you and what do you think didn't work for you?
So I think what worked for me was going to ID camps and building good relationships. I think going to ID camps like just for the college is a good idea, not the ones with like 10 different coaches there. I mean, that's still good, but like I went to a College of Charleston ID camp for 2 straight years. I built really good relationships with them. And then I that was probably the best thing that worked for me. Something that didn't work for me, I think, was just emailing people and not following up, or like only emailing them once, and if they don't answer, like you got to be persistent because like there's like 100 other kids doing the same exact thing you are, so you got to be persistent. I don't think I took the extra step to reach out as much as I should have.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a difficult process, mate. It's like having a full-time
Yeah,
job, like emailing, following up,
yeah.
especially when you got school, practice. Yeah, it's definitely a difficult process. So talk to us about your commitment with Asheville. Like, how did it work? Because there'll be a lot of players out there wondering, okay, I want to play Division One. Like, do they email me? Do I email them? Did they see him at an ID camp? So how did your Division One commitment process work?
Yeah, so Asheville was at an ID camp for Marshall University. They're like 20 minutes apart. So I mean, I went to the Marshall ID camp. Yeah, I was still interested in Marshall, but like I was mainly going because UNC Asheville was there, and they saw me there. They identified me, and they're like, "We want to come see you play for your club team." And then probably 2 months later, they watched my club team play at the NCSC showcase in Raleigh, and that's when the coach was like, "Yeah, we want you here." And then they called me about a month later and was like, yeah, we want to offer you. So that's how that worked. It was
Awesome.
pretty
Yeah.
smooth for the most part.
Yeah. So to a player who is going about the college process, who's trying to start their college process, who, let's say you're a junior, let's say you're a senior, and you don't know how to start, but you want to play college soccer, what advice would you give to that player?
I would say if you know anyone that is playing college right now, definitely ask them and like ask for advice. Like they have, because they're clearly there right now. They're where you want to be. So they have the most experience, most knowledge. So that has to be the first step. If you don't, I think trying to find an organization like this, like Generation, is a great way. I mean, y'all did a great job emailing and reaching out and helping kids who don't know a lot about it because it is a scary process. It's a hard process. So I think knowing what you're doing is the first step because you're a great, your people are like good soccer players. Like the soccer talks for itself, but like you have to do your own things to get recruited too. So
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like, yeah, when I was playing at Mint Hill with a lot of you younger guys, and you were like, yeah, Sam, I want to play college soccer, but what should I do? I don't have a video, or like, I want to play college soccer, but I don't know who to talk to. It's like, you just got to ask someone who knows the process, and then it's simple, right?
yeah,
For me, like the college
yeah.
process is one, two, three. So for you as a player, going obviously you're a good soccer player, you've committed to play Division 1 soccer. Other than soccer, what do you think is important to being able to play in college? Like, is it grades? Is it how you are as a person? Other than being a good soccer player on the field, what do you think is important to getting a college offer?
I mean, clearly grades are the most important thing. You're a student athlete, student comes first. So, I mean, realistically, not everyone's going to get like a full ride or like a loads of athletic scholarships. So, and college is very expensive. We found that out. So, I think your grades is really heavy, and like you're only playing soccer for like 20% of the time you're there. Like you play soccer, you train in the morning, you lift, and then you have class. Like you can't live only on soccer. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think that. Has there been like a recurring theme in your phone calls with coaches, like when you were like Zooming them or when you were FaceTiming them? Like how how did those calls go? Like the first time you called, was it just interest? When you're calling coaches a second time or a third time, is it like different types of questions? Like when you're speaking to college coaches, the first time you see them, the second time, the third time you speak to them, how are those conversations different?
So I think the first time they call you, it's normally like they show you their interest in you and they want to get to know you better. And then they also want to hear your interest and like what questions you have, and they want to know how interested you are in their program. And they use this word a lot, the word culture, like a school's culture, like who you are as a person. Can you fit in? Like the locker room, like that's probably the biggest part of a soccer team. Like the locker room, like how the players interact with each other. I think coaches really like players who will be able to fit into their program. So I think they try to get to know you as a person and as a player. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's so important, like being right. I mean, even when you're playing in your academy team, right? If there's a dickhead at practice who's moaning, who's shouting, who's screaming, who's just being a dickhead, then you don't want that
yeah,
type of player on the team.
yeah.
What are you most excited about going to college to play soccer?
I think I'm ready to compete. Like not everything's given to you. So I think I'm just ready to compete and like earn my spot. I'm really excited for that.
Good. And then in terms of how do you think the level is going to jump from playing academy soccer to playing Division 1 soccer?
No, it's gonna be like a whole different sport. Like it's just how athletic are you? Like people are way more athletic, they're way more technical. They expect more of you. I think it's like a whole different sport almost.
Yeah, so how are you going to prepare for that?
This summer I'm training with a U23 team and USL2, so I think that will help me a lot to train with some people who are already at the same level I'll be going to.
Is that the Charlotte Eagles USL 2?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
play with them last summer?
No, I'm gonna be mainly on the U23s, and then I'll be able to train with USL2 a couple times.
Got it. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, USL 2 is great. I mean, Charlotte Eagles, when I played against them, they had players from like Clemson, from
Yeah,
of Division 1 schools. So that'll be a good experience. Sam, what do you think has been the most who what coach do you think has made the most impact on you as a soccer player?
I think Kellen, the Gordon coach, he's a great guy. He really encourages people, not as like, oh, come to my school, come to my school. I think he really cares about you and what is right for you. Another coach is Coach Boss from Covenant College. I think he's the same thing. Like he really wants the best for you as a player, not like, oh, come to my school, come to my school. Like he really wants the best for you. And I think I really appreciate it. And I mean, he's a great coach too.
Good, good. Um, last couple questions. So, for someone who is looking up to you, like, okay, Sam's going to play at Division One school. That's amazing. I just want to play college soccer. I mean, I'm sure on your team there's other players that are, going to Division Two, Division Three. What do you think is the difference between a Division One player, between a Division Two or Division Three player?
I think it's like the tiny things. The tiny things is what matter in soccer. Like your body, my posture, like what you do when you lose the ball. I think the tiny things matter in soccer. And I think there's not a big difference between Division One, two, and three. I think people like overestimate each one, but I think like the tiny things in soccer is what are going to get you farther. So, like if you do the little things right, you'll get farther.
Yeah, like doing the basic things consistently is massive. Like,
Yeah,
I don't need you to score 10 goals every game, but if you give the ball
yeah,
away while you're trying to score 10 goals every game, then
yeah.
we're gonna
And
get counter-attacked.
I would also say like play to your ability. Don't try to do things you can't do. Like don't try to as a center back dribble up and be a playmaker and try to hit a 50-yard long ball that only like Van Dyke can hit. Like or like if you're like a right back, don't try to go on a solo run. Like just stick to what you're good at. That's my biggest advice to players too.
Definitely. And then what is your goal for going in as a freshman playing Division One soccer? Is it that you want to start one game, you want to start every game, you want to start 5 games, you want to score 2 goals, you want to get a certain number of minutes? Like going in as a freshman to Division One soccer program, what are your goals or targets for the next season?
I mean, I think I want to get in, try to get minutes as quickly as possible. I want to like separate myself from the other freshmen, the other transfers. So I think my main goal is like to work as hard as I can as I get there, and then like let's over like play better than them, and then get more minutes, and then start, and then set myself up for a better sophomore year, junior year, senior year. I kind of want to set myself apart from everybody pretty early.
Good. Good. That's good mentality to have. All right, Sam, last question. We usually end with a bit of fun. Is there a fun fact about you that not a lot of people know?
Oh God, like soccer related?
Anything.
Hmm.
Something only your girlfriend knows.
Uh. Hmm. I think I've scored only one header goal my whole entire career.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
do you score a lot of goals? Because you,
normally,
you you rotate between like the 10, the 8, and the 6, right?
yeah, for high school I played up top though, so I scored a
Yeah.
lot, but that's also high school soccer. So and then the only my header goal was during high school soccer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've not seen you score a lot of headers.
So like normally I normally like play the set pieces in, so like I don't normally get to do that.
Yeah.
But my heading ability is so bad.
There we go.
Like
He can
like
he can
towards goal.
he can score 100 goals a season, but only one header. Perfect. Sam, anyway, great to chat, mate. Good luck next fall, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.